Hello, everyone. Kia ora. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Priyanka, and I'll be the host for today's webinar, where we will be speaking about exploring pathways to New Zealand residence visa, along with our speakers, Ms. Vandana Rai and Mr. Paramdeep Singh. Just before we get started, and to set the ground rules, would request each one of you to please type your questions in the Q&A box, which will be answered after the discussion of a current topic. Now, to give you a brief about our company, we are a New Zealand based organization with a head office based in Auckland. We have a group of 4 licensed immigration advisors. We have handled clients for over 30 countries and got them to New Zealand. We have a support staff of over 6 different nationalities, and we are in this immigration industry for over 20 plus years. We are locally based in India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Philippines, and Middle East. We are the most reviewed licensed immigration advisor in New Zealand. Now, moving forward, I would like to introduce our today's speakers and give you a little bit of brief about them. So the first one we have is a senior licensed immigration advisor, Ms. Vandana Rai, who is also a migrant and possesses an unusually well-matched set of skills that make her a good fit for the role of a licensed immigration advisor. Since beginning of her career as a New Zealand licensed immigration advisor, she has counseled herself among the fortunate one who can easily put themselves in their client's shoes, empathize with their concerns, and offer advice based on their extensive experience and training. She's currently a member of the board of the New Zealand Association of Migration and Investment and was a member of the Immigration Advisors Authority referral group for 2016. So welcome, ma'am, to our webinar. So the next one who we have is Mr. Paramdeep Singh, who has served as the Director of Special Projects at Toyo Homai Institute of Technology for a duration of 8 years. In addition, he holds the position of Senior Advisor International at WIT or WITT for the past 4 years. With extensive knowledge of New Zealand's tertiary education sector, Mr. Singh assists authorized education agencies and various tasks, including course applications and enrollments, as well as providing cultural and personal support. We welcome Mr. Paramdeep Singh for our today's session. So now I will pass it over to Mr. Paramdeep Singh to talk about our first topic, which is Masters by Research, which has been provided by Toyo Homai Institute of Technology. So, Mr. Paramdeep Singh, over to you.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thanks for the introduction and welcome everyone. Thank you for sparing time to listen to myself and Vandana ji and other people. So first of all, Toi Ohmai. It's a Maori name. The meaning is journey towards excellence. And it is a part of the Tipukinga, which is a bigger organization which has around 16 polytechnic in New Zealand. It's one of the business division. It's around 50-year-old government institute with 2 main campuses, one in Rotorua, another one in Tauranga. Rotorua is the place where I live. I'm living here for last 16 years. It's known as one of the most beautiful city of New Zealand, and Tauranga is the fastest growing city of New Zealand. So a lot of support here, cultural support. There are temples, churches, and gurudwaras and mosque also in these places. So religious freedom is there. A lot of part-time opportunities are also available here for the students. So the program is Master of Management. In this, mainly we have 2 major strands. One is Master of Management by coursework, and another one is Master of Management by research. So the Master of Management by research is a 1-year qualification, and it is suitable for the people who either have a 4 years honors degree, or they have a degree plus postgraduate, or they have a Master of Business Administration, or Master of Arts in Economics, or MCom, Master of Commerce. And in this, we need only like 50% marks in any degree or master's. If they have a couple of years of experience, then it is actually really liked by the faculty. And it's only 1-year qualification. So this is like people call it like, if from South Asian terms, you can call it like a MPhil, or in New Zealand term, we normally say it is sort of a first year of PhD, because later on, if people wanted to go to PhD, they can elaborate on their research which they have conducted in this master and can get admitted in a PhD also. So what happens in this is, to get admission in this, we need a brief research proposal. The template of that research proposal is on our website. And this is the most critical thing. Like, as I said, academically, we are happy with even 50% marks. We need 6.5 with no module less than 6. Fees is only 27,500. But the most important thing to get admission in this program is your research proposal. We, on an average in last 5 years, we have declined 50% of the applications because of plagiarism. And in last 1 year, we have declined a lot of applications because of ChatGPT. So I always tell people, try to write in your own words. We have the latest software which can detect the plagiarism also, and which can detect the artificial intelligence also, if you have used that in writing the proposal. So if the faculty detects that you have plagiarized it, then they don't give you any second chance for the proposal. But if your proposal is weak, it is not up to the mark, then faculty is happy to give you a second chance also, that work on these. These are your weaknesses, elaborate on of these things, and you can resubmit it. So just remember, to get admission in this program, your own wordings, your own area of interest. And normally I tell students to basically do research in that area in which you have some work experience. Then it becomes easier for you to sort of dwell on your work experience and to do a little bit more research. It could be either comparison of Indian system with New Zealand system, or somebody is working in pharmaceutical industry, then they can think how to import medicines from India. Somebody working in logistic industry, they can say what is the cheapest way to bring goods from India to New Zealand, or from New Zealand to India. So that way there are a lot of ways you can write the research proposal. And it is always good to write the research proposal in a way that it is more relevant for getting a job in this area. And also this is suitable for, more suitable for those people who are self-motivated, because there are no, this is not a taught master. This is basically, you have to be very disciplined, and you need to have a self-motivation to study this master. So what happens basically in this, once your research proposal is accepted, then immigration advisors help you with the visa and other documentation, and you come here for 1 year. So for first 3 months, you only have to attend the classes 1 day a week, in which basically you will finalize your research proposal and research methodology, whether you're doing quantitative research or whether you're doing qualitative research. So after that, basically, then there's a 6 months of research, which you can do actually by staying anywhere in New Zealand. You just still have to stay in touch with your supervisor. Either it could be by Zoom, or if you want to come to campus, you are more than welcome. You can use libraries or all those things. But otherwise, you will have all the online resources also. And if you got a job somewhere else, you can keep on working there. Because the other advantage in this Master of Management by Thesis is you can work full time. Uh, I normally don't prefer that, because you have to study also. You have to, if you do full time work, then you can't focus on the studies. But that technically, Vandana ji may be able to highlight that. Immigration normally, I think, put that in your the label that you can work full time in this masters. And then after 1 year of study, you have around 3 years of post study work experience also. So this master, basically, once you send the research proposal, and based on which area you are doing this research proposal, you are assigned a supervisor. And this supervisor is normally a person who has a PhD. So they will be sort of supervising you for the whole process of this research masters. If you haven't got this honors degree or MBA or MCom, then you have the option to come in our Master of Management by coursework. But in that one, we need a 70% marks in your degree, and we need around 1 year of work experience. That master is around 18 months. We have 3 specialization in that: business, health, and hospitality. But this one is the most popular one because it's only 1 year duration, and you are still eligible for 3 year of post-study work visa as per the immigration guidelines. And Priyanka, if you go back a little bit, I think the fees is only 27,500. It is not 32,500. The fees is only 27,500 after the scholarships which are given by Tipu Kinga. So February intake, we still have time if you apply for February intake. But remember, the seats are limited in this because it all depends on how many supervisors we have. So right now we have around 7 to 8 supervisors, and each one can supervise only 5 students because we wanted to give a good support to students also. So you have a lot of time with your supervisors and you do a good quality of research work. And some people like get research with the New Zealand company also, so they already start working with company because they are trying to find out the best solutions for the issues they have. And then there are a lot of opportunities that you may be able to work full time with that company. So the next one, yeah. So yeah, so the yeah, FAQs, we can go to the FAQs. I'll see whether I have answered all the questions or not.
Sure. I will quickly move to FAQs.
So yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll just read through one by one, and if you have covered it, so we will just skip that one. Is that okay?
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So talking about the frequently asked questions, the first question that we have, most common question is, what is a master's by research program in New Zealand? Which Mr. Paramdeep Singh has very well answered. So we are going to skip that one. The second one, how does a master's by research differ from a taught master's program?
I will
He has
explain it
well
more.
explained.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
so the research one, as I mentioned, is totally research-oriented program. You need a lot of self-motivation and dedication. You need to be a diligent person. Time management skills are very important. Uh, and the other advantage in this one is age is sort of no barrier. So recently we got a visa of 48-year-old person also in this master. The person was working in KPMG for last 25 years. It has to be genuine, verifiable experience, and the mature students are most welcome actually in this masters. That is another advantage. And Vandana ji will tell you more highlight also about that, the how the this masters allows you to bring the spouse also and the kids also. So the immigration advisor can only give you advice on those sort of things. So I will leave that to Vandana ji. But so first 3 months, as I mentioned, the class is 1 day a week to finalize your research methodology and research proposal. After that, 6 months of research you can do by staying anywhere in New Zealand. And at the end, you have to just submit your research proposal and do the presentation to your supervisors, and then you just pass. But in taught one, there are classes. So there are 4 papers in first semester, 4 in second semester. In third semester, you have 2 papers, and then 45 credit, which is 450 hours of research work. So it is mainly a sort of you have to sit in a class, and then teachers come and teach you different paper, finance, management, marketing, e-business, all that sort of thing. The details are available on our website. So that is known as a taught master. It is a 18 months, and for that fees is 38,500. How does a research program typically takes in New Zealand is 1 year. But say, for example, if you are not able to do a good research, we had couple of students who have taken around 3 to 4 months of extension also to submit the research proposal. But the people who work diligently in a timely manner, they can finish it in 8 months. Say, for example, if you start in February, you will finish that in November. So we call it one academic year.
Okay. Thank you. So the next one I would like to ask, just a continuing question. Can I pursue a master's by research in a different field than my undergraduate degree?
Yeah, but we need degree in commerce and management. So if you have a 4 years honors degree in management, you can do that. But if you have degree in Bachelor of Arts, you can't do this. If you have Bachelor of Engineering, you can't do this. So we need commerce and management background either in degree or postgraduate, or if you have MBA, only then you can get admission. But normally I tell people to do the research in that field in which you have your work experience. Because there was somebody who had experience in finance sector, so I normally tell them to do research in finance sector. Somebody has experience in banking. It's better to compare the banking systems of New Zealand with India. Something like that. I think then it becomes easy if you relate it to your work experience.
Absolutely. Thank you. With that, you have partially covered the next question, which is, what are the entry requirements for a master's by
I
research
will
program?
highlight again. I think it's
Yeah,
important.
okay.
So 4 years honors degree. Only 3 years honors degree is not eligible. 4 years honors degree with 50% marks is enough. But if you don't have a 50, if you have less than 50%, you won't get admission. But we need minimum 50%. Or honors plus PG is also eligible. Or if you have done MBA, or you have done MCOM, or you have done Master of Arts in Economics, then you can do this research program.
Thank you. Thank you for
And 6.5 with no band less than 6, and PT score of 58 with no module less than 50.
Thank you. I was just about to ask you about the English language requirement. Thank you for covering that. So, talking about the specific entry requirements as well, he has covered it up. So, the next question that I'm going to move towards
Now, the
is a
specific
super.
one is also very important. As I mentioned, the most important thing in this is that brief research proposal. So template is on our website, and that research proposal has to be genuinely on in your own words. Recently, we have been fighting some sort of academic battle with a couple of students who said, I haven't plagiarized it, and I have checked in this software, Tarantin and software also, and that software said it is only like 15% plagiarism. AI is only 7%, but Tarantin is not good for AI. We have a specific AI software which said same presentation, it has been plagiarized around 87%. So whatever you check, Tarantin, that is not good for the detection of AI plagiarism. So it has to be in your own word. Yeah. So shall I answer? The supervisor is required, but you don't have to worry. You can check otherwise the supervisor on our website. But once you do the research proposal, we allocate you the supervisor accordingly who has expertise in that area.
Thank you. Thank you for covering that. So, to our participants, just to let you know, he has over and over again highlighted the fact that AI may have taken over the world, but our education providers do have hands on experience to identify whether it is handwritten SOP or not. So, do remember that. So, moving forward to our next questions that we have. The first question would be, how much time does it take for the offer letter to be issued for this program?
So in this program, because the research proposal and everything has to go to the faculty, so normally we take around 15 days to issue the offer letter.
Okay, 15 days.
15 days is maximum. It can be done
Okay.
earlier also, but 15 days will be the maximum.
Okay, thank you. The next one is, how many intakes are there annually and what is the annual tuition fee? Annual tuition fee is what you have covered, but what would be the intakes
Two
that are
intakes,
there?
February and July, and fees is 27,500. And on top of that, I think insurance is around $650 and $250 is the sort of administrative cost. So roughly you say 28,500 altogether.
Thank you. And you have covered this one, but what are the career prospects after the Masters by Research program in New Zealand?
So what I have seen, so like I'm normally based here, a lot of students have come and studied here. So what I have seen basically, the students actually do the research, and in which area they have done the research, they are able to find the job in those areas. And sometimes, like some people have sort of experience in financial sector. So I've seen those people working in banking area. Then I've seen people who have some sort of experience in logistic area. They have got the job at Tauranga Airport. There was one guy who have experience in management area. So that actually that student has got job at Toyoma only. And sometime I have seen a couple of people have even gone into the teaching pathway, because if you have done Master of Management by Research, you are able to teach up to postgraduate level. So you can teach the diploma student, you can teach the bachelor student, and you can teach the master student. And then one or two I have seen, because they wanted to do a PhD, so they have taken admission in university to do a advanced sort of research in the same area and got admission in PhD with the scholarship. So there are a lot of options. And when you come here, I will be based here. So I'll be more than happy to talk to you. And the institute also has career and employability cell, which helps all the students from day one. They work with your CV, they circulate your CV to Chamber of Commerce. So there are a lot of support available. Being a government institute, it is our top priority to take care of students. Whatever we do, it all revolves around the students.
Great. Thank you to know that about the support system of the institute. Thank you. So the next question is, will I be eligible for a post-study work visa after completing my master's by research?
Vandana ji can answer that better.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
thank you so
go
much,
ahead.
Mr. Paramdeep. Yeah. So definitely, if you complete a master's by research, like any other master's, you are eligible for 3-year post-study work visa. So definitely gives you the eligibility. Plus, like Mr. Paramdeep said, you would also have full-time work rights while you study. Whether you can manage your research work along with full-time work or not is for you to see, but definitely the visa conditions would allow you to work full-time. Yeah. Over to you, Priyanka.
And maybe
Thank you.
Vandana ji, you can mention about spouse and kids also along this.
Okay, I would. And then when somebody's coming and doing a master's by research, few other benefits. Partner gets full-time work rights for the same duration as the student is doing the master's. Dependent children can study for free. It's called a dependent child student visa, domestic fee-paying student visa. So that's what the benefit is. They get to study for free except for the tertiary sector. And then if somebody is already qualified, let's say a lot of people do masters by research as their second masters. Somebody would have already done their masters, and like Mr. Paramdeep said, that person may have interest in research and then wanted to do a PhD, and then they decide to do a masters by research to get their eligibility for a PhD going. So if somebody has already done a masters, have 5 points based on the previous qualification. Now the New Zealand skilled migrant category, the new one requires you to have 6 points. So you need 1 more year of work experience. If you're doing a taught masters, then you will have full-time work rights only after you finish your masters in your post-study work visa. So that means that 1 year work experience you have to gain when you are on your post-study work visa. However, if you're doing your master's by research, you have full-time work rights even when you are studying. So if you get a skilled employment and you are working full-time, even while you are studying, you can add those points, you can add those duration towards your claiming of one additional point that you may need towards your residence path. So that could be another benefit. Yeah, that's all. I'll take taking questions. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. So the next question, which is there, what is the residence pathway after completing Masters by Research program? Would you like to take
Okay,
that as well
I'll
and continue?
definitely yes. Definitely, yes. So the residence pathway now uh, requires somebody to get 6 points and then be eligible to apply for the residence visa. So a master's program will make you eligible for 5 points. So this you can claim 5 points for your master's qualification, and after you complete your master's, you will have 3-year post-study work visa. In that 3 year, you need to have skilled work experience. If you get skilled work experience for 1 year, you can claim the required 1 point from that and then be eligible to apply for your residence visa. So the important thing is the skilled work experience can be in any field. It doesn't have to be relevant to only the topic in which you've done your research. It doesn't have to be only in management. It doesn't have to be only in the stream that you've done your bachelor's or your previous work experience. And you could have XYZ, whatever qualification, you get your master's, 5 points. Now you can claim 1 point for your skilled work experience. The thing is that the work experience should be full time, it should be skilled. Skilled, how immigration will grant points is if your work experience is in ANSCO 1, 2, and 3, and you are paid a median wage rate, you can claim that work experience to be skilled. If your work was in ANSCO 4 and 5 and you are being paid 1.5 times the median wage rate, again, you can claim that as one of your, as the work experience as your skill. So I'm not giving any tailored advice here. Letting you know the various options. If you have any specific questions based on whether this job is skilled or how much, what are the job duties I would need, or whether my role is aligning with ANSCO 1 to 3 or not, feel free to send more information to us, and we'll definitely be happy to assist in that process. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. And to send that information, you can write to us on an email address, which is contact@nzimmigration.info. Okay, so moving to the next question, Mr. Paramdeep Singh, this would be for you. For how many days would I have to attend classes in a week for this program?
So in research, as I mentioned, there are only 1 day a week in first 3 months to finalize your research proposal and research methodology. And after that, there are no sort of classes. You just have to stay in touch with your supervisor every fortnight or every week. You will have a Zoom session with your supervisor, or you can come and meet them face to face. You just wanted to check that you are progressing in your research work. If you have any questions, if you have any issues, then you can sort out that in those meetings. But if you're doing master's, taught master, which is 18 months, then the classes are 2 days a week and 1 day is tutorials, just to clarify your all questions and other thing, but that is not compulsory. So 2 days a week is compulsory in Master of Management by coursework.
Okay, thank you. So, with that, we have very well covered our first topic of Masters by Research in New Zealand, which is provided by Toyo Homai. Now, we'll move to our next topic, which is Graduate Diploma in Highway Engineering, which is offered by Western Institute of Technology at Taranaki, also called as WITT. So, Mr. Singh, I would request you to speak a bit about Graduate Diploma in Highway Engineering.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So WIT is also Western Institute of Technology, is around 45-year-old government institute in New Plymouth City. So New Plymouth City has been declared as the best city to live in by Lonely Planet under the category of 100,000 and below people. That city has the second highest GDP in New Zealand. So very rich city. So a lot of part-time job opportunities, and it's right on the coast. Very beautiful place. And institute has around 6,000 students. So they are the sort of only one in New Zealand to have this program, Graduate Diploma in Highway Engineering, which is in green list. So green list means you can come and you can get post-study work visa also after this program. And even in Australasia, only I have seen Deakin University has some sort of postgraduate in this area. But otherwise in Australasia, this program is very popular. Some of our graduates of this program are working all around the New Zealand, in Australia. Some have gone even to Canada and USA also, because as you know, highway engineering is demand all over the world. Highways are getting built everywhere in the world, and people are getting a lot of good opportunities. Even before graduation, some of the students have got the job. So it's a 1 year program, and you get 1 year post-study work visa after that. The eligibility is basically you need to either be you should have done either Bachelor of Civil Engineering or Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering or BSc non-medical. So these three degree students can get admission in this. Just remember, this is not an easy program. Maths is very important. If you are not in good in maths, then please don't try to come into this program. So math skills are very important. And if you are average in your engineering, even don't try for this program. So we need at least 60% marks in your degree to get admission in this program. And we need 6 band with no band less than 5.5 or PT score of 50 with no module less than 42. Fees after subsidy, it comes to around 29,500. And I think with the insurance and other thing comes to around 30,000. So that is inclusive of everything. Normally we have 3 intakes of this program: February, July, and November. So recently we just started the first intake, November intake only last week, and we had around 21 students in New Plymouth. And previous students who have graduated, a lot of them mainly get a job within 2 months of graduation, and they are working in the city councils also. They are working in a lot of construction companies, in design area, management area, in project management. And recently, like the previous government has sanctioned around $32 billion to be spent on infrastructure projects in New Zealand. So like there is a highway getting built from New Plymouth to Hamilton City also. It's a 4-lane highway. So they already told that they will, next 2 to 3 years, they will be requiring around 70 to 80 graduate engineers in that program. So opportunities are tremendous. And because we are the only one which is offering this program, so all the industry from New Zealand come to us for getting our graduates. And on top of this, the other advantage of this program is this is actually taught by the people who are working in the industry. This program is not taught by professors or lecturers who have only academic experience. This is taught by the people who have the experience of around 15 to 20 years in the industry, and they are already working with big groups. They come, and a lot of the papers are offered in blocks. So you will have a 4-day block in which you will cover one paper. And then after that, you will be doing a lot of self-study, you will be doing assignments, you will be doing the group work also. And what happened, and the domestic students also who come in this program are also, a lot of them do it in a part-time basis. They say, for example, they have only 5-year diploma or certificate, and then they have around 5 to 6 years experience of work in industry. So their management tells them to upgrade their qualification to level 7. So they do paper by paper. So that is a good experience for you or exposure for you, that once you interact with those people who are already working with the industry, and if they find you are quite intelligent, you are diligent, you are honest, hardworking, these are the people actually who help you get a job in New Zealand. Because as you know, for getting a job in New Zealand, networking is the most important thing. So this program provides you a very high quality of networking with the people who are already working in the industry. So I'll just briefly highlight you the papers involved in this program is like wearing surface technology, study road wearing surface technology, including material, then highway engineering fundamental, traffic engineering, land surveying for engineers, then geometric design, drainage design, payment design. So these are some of the papers which you will be studying in this program. And teachers are very good. If you are not able to understand something in one go, you are allowed to ask that question 10 times in a classroom. So then there are a lot of tutorials also where you can get one-on-one tuitions also. Then we have learning advisors in the library also. They help you with their assignments, or if you are not able to understand anything. So there is a lot of support available for this program. Yep, Priyanka.
All right, thank you. Thank you for giving that
Maybe
information.
only thing I'd say whether Vandanaji wants to highlight that green list thing. And I think this comes, Vandanaji, in green list tier 1.
Yes, it does. So somebody would be eligible, could be eligible for straight to residence after they've done this program. This is definitely mentioned in the straight to residence. So another benefit is that despite being a graduate diploma level 7, because this program is mentioned on the green list as one of the requirement for a green list occupation, the partners would be eligible for a partnership based work visa. So if somebody is in a relationship, partner can accompany on a work visa, same duration as the student is studying. And again, dependent children can also be eligible to apply for domestic fee paying student visa, dependent child student visa. So that's another benefit. Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Paramdeep. Over to you, Priyanka.
You. Thank you for highlighting the benefits of this program as well, ma'am. So I'll move forward to the next slide, which talks about the FAQs. So I'll quickly ask one by one questions. I see that a few questions have been already been answered by Mr. Paramdeep Singh. So I'll just pick up the one which are not being answered. Um, so entry requirements you have covered up, benefits you have covered up. What is the duration of highway engineering at Western Institute of Technology?
1-year program, and entry requirement again, I will mention again, it's eligible for 3 people: Bachelor of Civil Engineers, Bachelor of Mechanical Engineers, and BSc non-medical. So especially with the maths, you should have done maths in that. 1-year duration, and you get 1-year post-study work visa. Annual tuition fee is 29,500, but with insurance and other things come to like what you have mentioned, around 30,500. Yeah.
And yeah, that's right. Thank you. So we'll move to the next slide then, so the next set of questions that we have is, what topics are covered in a graduate diploma in highway engineering? You have covered this question.
Yeah.
Then it would be, what career opportunities are available after completing this course, which has also been answered by you. Can I further my studies after completing a graduate diploma in highway engineering? So,
Yeah.
Mr. Paramdeep Singh, would you
If
like to? Yeah.
if you want to go into some, there's no master in highway engineering in New Zealand. It's there in Australia. But if you want to go into sort of masters of, first of all, you won't be required to doing a higher level of education, because there are a lot of job opportunities after this program. I haven't seen anybody doing higher studies after this. What I have seen, people are getting job after this. then they get permanent residency. And when they get a permanent residency, a lot of people are doing masters as a domestic student. Then fees will be like 1/3, and that also a lot of time companies pays you for professional development, and they study masters by part-time basis. But if you immediately wants to go after for doing masters, you can, and you don't have to repeat IELTS. That's the advantage as per the New Zealand Qualification Authority rule. If you have done graduate diploma with 6 band and you have successfully passed it, you can straight away enter into a relevant masters without doing the IELTS again. Uh, so there are options will be available, but not in highway engineering, in some other like construction management or something else you can do. Yeah, over to you.
I'll just add on something here. A lot of time, the engineers would decide, okay, what area do I want to specialize in? So a few engineers would say, okay, I want to specialize in maybe construction management, and a lot of them would then go ahead and do a master's in construction management. Few engineers would then decide we want the career to move in maybe highway engineering, and then they may select this program, graduate diploma in highway engineering. I again, like Mr. Paramdeep said, we've not seen anybody just completing this qualification and feeling the need to upskill immediately again. Over a period of time, yes, if you want, definitely there are options and you would be eligible, but you would not need to upskill yourself immediately for your career progression, if that is what the question was. Yeah. Thanks. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us know about it. So, the next one that we have is, are there any professional accreditation or certifications associated with this course? Mr. Paramdeep Singh?
I don't know any art, but I will check it and let you know. But at this stage, I'm not aware of any other professional accreditation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
All
add
right.
something here as well. So there are few occupations here in New Zealand for which registration is mandatory. However, engineering, after you do this qualification, you will not go into a qualification where registration is mandatory. So suppose you complete the graduate diploma in highway engineering and you start working as a construction project manager. So now this occupation is listed in the green list, and as one of the requirements, even the highway engineering qualification is listed. So one of the requirement on the green list to become a construction project manager is a graduate diploma in level 7 or higher, which includes the knowledge requirements of a New Zealand graduate diploma in the focus area of construction management, highway engineering, civil engineering, or construction project management. So just because this is listed there, the person would be considered eligible for a straight to residence if the person gets a job which is listed on the green list. So if the person who's asked this question probably wanted to check if this qualification will make them eligible to start working in one of those roles, so definitely this is how they could plan their career. Yeah. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. With that, I think Mr. Paramdeep Singh had very well covered what is the scope of highway engineering for Indian or international students. Uh, but if there is any specific thing for Indian or international student that you would like to add, or else we'll move next. I'm sorry, you are on mute, Mr. Singh. Yeah.
All the Indian or international students are very highly regarded. They are very good engineer. I'm also engineer by my background. My first degree was in mechanical engineering, which I'm not using. But as you know, we are sort of quite skilled people. Our mathematical skills are very good, and all the Asians are actually very highly regarded in that area, and hardworking and diligent. So all the Kiwis are very happy to give us the opportunity as long as we have successfully passed the program and we work our way very honestly. Just make sure the communication is the most important thing in New Zealand. As long as you have good communication skills, you are a team player, and you have a positive personality, you get the job. There's no racism in India. So New Zealand employers are equal opportunity employers. So a lot of good opportunities.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. So, with this, I will move to our next segment, which is Q&A. So, I will be asking the questions which are there in our Q&A box, and one of you could please answer those questions. So, the first
Priyanka, we
question that
can,
we,
yeah,
yeah,
I'll
I'm sorry.
just, yeah, we can stop sharing the slide so we can, have the questions there. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. So then I'll now move quickly to our Q&A. So the first question that we have is I have 7 years of experience in procurement and supply chain management, more than 3 years of experience in management level, hold MCIPS degree in procurement and supply chain management, master's degree in tourism from the University of Glasgow. Are my credentials enough for Masters of Research and Management? So, Mr.
Yeah.
Singh, this is for you.
Perfect, perfect. You are a perfect candidate for our research. And if you have studied in Glasgow, we may give you exemption for IELTS or English language waiver you can get. So just make sure your research proposal has to be really, really good and get in touch with immigration advisors for your visa formalities.
Thank you. Um, Thank you for that. So the next one that we have is I'm currently studying English NZCL level 3 applied. After finishing this course, can I study Diploma in Engineering Mechanical level 6? I want to know the details of this program and also the green list role to apply for a resident. Would you
Okay,
like to
I
answer
think
this?
Vandana ji can highlight. Mechanical is actually not, I don't think it is in the program is not in green list. So civil engineering and electrical engineering is in green list, but Vandana ji can highlight it more.
Ma'am, would you like to touch
So,
base?
yes, so I would request this applicant to please send the details of the CV to us. We would like to assess what you've studied and especially what kind of role you are getting. So we can then convey to you whether your occupation is in the green list and that person may have some prior qualification which may make the person eligible. So I would just request to send in your CV and we will get in touch with you.
Thank you. The next one that we have. So just before we move to the next one, I would just like to request the person to write to us on an email address, which is contact@nzimmigration.info, so that we will be able to answer it in a better way. Thank you. The next question that we have is, thank you, Immigration Advisors team, for this valuable video. My name is Jeremiah from Papua New Guinea. I have a level 4 certificate of science and technology from the Auckland University of Technology. I also have a Bachelor of Engineering with honors from Papua New Guinea. However, my bachelor degree is not accredited under Washington Accord. Is Master of Research a good option for residency, or do I apply for a level 6 diploma in engineering and apply for post study work visa? Would
Mhm.
you like to answer that, Mr.
Yeah,
Singh?
because if we are not able to find your degree in NARIC database, then it will be difficult. And moreover, you have bachelor in engineering. So for our Master of Management by Research, we need some sort of management qualification, management or commerce or some sort of business related. So I think you will be eligible for, you may be eligible for graduate diploma in highway engineering, depending on what sort of engineering you have done and whether that comes in NARIC database. So I will try for graduate diploma in highway engineering if you have done mechanical or civil engineering.
I
Sure,
will
thank
like to
you.
add on here, Priyanka. So I would definitely again request you to send us the details. So you've already done your bachelor's. That's what you've conveyed. So if your bachelor is not under Washington Accord, and you are probably this person is considering the pathway on the green list, there is another pathway going towards residence, which is the skilled migrant path, which is a 6 point system. So your bachelor's, if considered equivalent to level 7, may still give you 3 points there. So, and I really have to see how much work experience you have. So there may be alternate paths going towards residence also. So, and like Mr. Paramdeep said, if your specialization qualifies you for a graduate diploma in highway engineering, that could also be an option. So please do send us more details and we'll work out various options that may be available for you. Yeah, thanks. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. The next one that we have is, what is the difference between Master of Management by coursework and Master of Management by coursework and thesis? How are the admissions requirements different for these two pathways?
Yeah. So Master of Management by coursework is 18 months qualification. So we need a relevant degree in business, commerce. You can, and we need 70% marks in degree and 1 year work experience. So 18 months qualification. After that, you become eligible for 3 year of post-study work visa. Master of Management by coursework and thesis is a 2 year qualification, which has a combination of coursework and thesis. So in this, actually, you can get admission if you have 50% marks in your degree. And normal ordinary degree will be enough with 1 year experience. But fees, I think for this fees is around $54,000 because it's a 2 years one. And Master of Management by coursework fees is only 38,500. It is 18 months. So the major difference is in the duration of these programs. And in coursework and thesis, you will be doing more sort of research. So you will have 45 credit of initial research work, which you have in coursework also. But in thesis work, the whole semester will also be of thesis because that is a combination of Master of Management by thesis and Master of Management by coursework. But duration is 2 years and different admission percentage requirement is different, as I mentioned.
Thank you for letting us know about the entry requirements for these two different courses. The next one that we have, ma'am, I think this would be for you. If my child already finished the high school in our country, can he study English or study diploma course with the student visa as dependent child, or does he need to apply international student visa? This question is a bit incomplete, but if you would like to touch base.
I'll try and answer based on what I understand. So if somebody is asking as a dependent child, like a domestic fee paying student visa, all I can say is for tertiary studies, the dependent child would still be considered as an international student. And if the child is studying till, let's say, till year 13, could be considered then as a domestic fee paying student or a dependent child student on a dependent child student visa, if that is what your question was. Otherwise, please send us more details and we'll try and answer your question. Thanks.
Thank you. The next one is for Mr. Singh. Is the graduate diploma in highway engineering accredited by ENZ?
So we actually don't need accreditation from ENZ and ENZ doesn't accredit it. But basically, if you are asking about NZQA, then NZQA is the New Zealand Qualification Authority. So definitely that is approved by New Zealand Qualification Authority.
Thank you. The next question is, does career team at Toyohomai or WITT help with the job placements? Mr. Singh has already covered this up, but again, would you like to just talk about the support team um,
Yeah,
who does help with,
we
yeah.
have actually career and employability cell at both the institute. Being a government institute, our major focus is also to make sure that you are successful in achieving your career goals. So even in orientation, we talk about how to write the CV workshops, and after that, we book your appointment with our career and employability person also, which helps you in writing your CV. And then depending on, we help you with your part-time jobs also. We circulate your CV to all the Chamber of Commerce's. So because we encourage all the students to get a part-time job. Initially, you may get part-time job in various different fields, but slowly and slowly in second semester, we encourage you to get the part-time job in your own field. Because later on, if you do a good job, then the chances are very high that you may be able to find a full-time job in those areas. And then from time to time, we run speed dating with the employers also. So that gives you an exposure that what type of question they ask in the interviews and how to give the interviews, how to talk to the employers, how to present yourself. So there are a lot of workshops we conduct regarding that, but there are no sort of campus placements like which happens in India. Here, we don't do any spoon feeding. We want to make sure that you are capable enough to find the job yourself. That's why we encourage you to do a lot of networking, because 50% jobs in New Zealand are not advertised. They are through networking only. And then rest of the 50% are advertised online. So in the seek.co.nz or trademe.co.nz, indeed.com. So we tell you all about that. So in our regular workshops, we highlight these things also. And from time to time, we do organize immigration workshops also, which talks to you what sort of job you are looking, how to apply for sort of post-study work visa, and what sort of jobs will be make you eligible for the permanent residency also. So being in government institutes, there are a lot of support available for you to making sure you are successful in achieving all your career goals.
Thank you. Just in continuation to the employment question, what is the starting salary range for highway engineers? That's the next
So,
question.
so in last year, so on an average, people are getting around $75,000 per annum.
Great, thank you. What is post-study
I'll just
work
add
visa?
on. I'll
Yep.
just like to add on something, Priyanka here. So, after you complete this, let's say highway engineering program, then if you get a job, then the salary that is required for you to move on or to be eligible to apply um, for your straight to residence is median wage rate. So definitely what Mr. Paramdeep has said is more than what the median wage rate is. So that means, if you start getting that salary, would be eligible to apply for the straight to residence as well. Yeah. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. Um, so the next question that we have is, what is post-study work visa after this course, after this graduate diploma engineering course?
1 year. So this is a green list program. So green list basically mirrors the duration of the program. So this is a 1 year program. So you get 1 year post-study work visa.
Great, thank you. The next one, what's the difference between the career as project management if I study masters by research and if I study the graduate diploma in highway engineering?
So these are two little bit contradictory statements. You can't do Master of Management by research if you have engineering qualification. To do Master of Management by research, we need a management background. Depending on project management could be in different areas. So you may be doing project management in prison also. You may be doing project management in some logistic company also. But if you are doing graduate diploma highway engineering, then project management mainly will be in construction industry. So I think
Thank you.
again, if you want more elaborate answer, you need to send us your background. We will be able to then articulate our answer to
Advice.
your background, that what you are looking for.
Absolutely. And where would you write? You can definitely write to us on contact at nzimmigration.info along with a copy of your CVs. So that would help us to give you a brief information about these two programs. So moving forward, the next question, if any student gets 59%, then will it be possible to get admission on special case basis,
Yeah,
Mr.
that is
Singh?
possible as long as you are good in maths. Because we don't want to set the students for failure. Like being a government institute, our aim is not just to give you the admission and take your fees. We just wanted to make sure that you succeed also in those programs, and your chances of success should be very, very high. And that depends on your mathematical skills. Even if you have 55% marks, but in maths you are pretty good, we are happy to consider you and give you admission on special case basis.
Thank you. So the next question, the following question to it is, if I don't get or meet the academic grade requirement for the graduate diploma course, is there a lower level course I could do first, like a pathway course, and then move on to the graduate diploma course? Do you
Again,
have
it
anything?
depends. It depends on what sort of grade you have. So you need to send your CV and academic marks to us so that we can assess, and then we can guide you whether you may be eligible for level 6 leading on to level 7. But you need to send us a little bit more details. Possibilities there.
Thank you. The next question that we have is, what is the age limit for highway engineering and also financial background? So just if you don't mind, since I have been from the beginning of this webinar and Mr. Singh has repeatedly spoken about it, there is no age limit to study in New Zealand. But about the financial background, would you like to touch base upon
I'll
that
just add
question,
one
Mr.
more
Singh?
thing. Even in New Zealand, there is no retirement age. So we don't discriminate on age. We respect your experience. So over to you, Vannaji.
Yeah, I like to add on something here as well. So, even though there is no age requirement to study the program, but if you are then planning to probably think of making New Zealand your home, or if you want to come here, and then if there is a possibility for you to apply for your residence visa, then you have to be aware that the 55 years is the age for somebody to apply for your the skill migrant category or the straight to residence. That's the age. So if you are 50 years, again, perfectly fine. 52 years, again, perfectly fine. You should have enough time to complete your qualification, get a job, gather enough points, and then be eligible before the cutoff age. For the skill migrant or the straight to residence visa. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, we've even got student visa approved for somebody who's probably 74 years, 75 years as well. And financial, there was a part of question on the financials. I like to cover that also. Apart from if somebody is thinking of applying for a student visa, apart from the fees that you have to pay to the institute, Immigration New Zealand would need to see if you have enough funds to cater for your living cost. And what they have said is New Zealand dollars 20,000 for 1 year of living cost. So this is what could be the financial requirement, and these funds could be shown by a lot of different ways. You could take education loan, you could have a financial undertaker, you could have a sponsor, your close family members could sponsor. Few things that you have to be aware of is because Immigration New Zealand, when they assess applications, there are different requirements for different markets also. So if you're from India or and that subcontinent, you have to be aware that who is an acceptable sponsor as per Immigration New Zealand. So a few things that we could advise you on if that's what you are looking for. Please get in touch, and we'll let you know. Maybe the finances that you have is work perfectly fine based on what Immigration New Zealand requires. Or maybe that may not, that you may have those funds, but then Immigration New Zealand may want things to be seen a bit differently, and then you should be aware of that. So yeah, do get in touch and we can provide more clarification on that. Yeah, over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. So, the next question that we have, since Mr. Singh, you have spoken about a graduate diploma in engineering, highway engineering, where the maths is compulsory. We have another question related to Master of Management. Can we apply for Master of Management 240 credits with 60% in academics?
Yeah, that is possible. Even 50% is also okay. So 50% and above can get admission in Master of Management 240 credits. We have three specializations in this: business, health, and hospitality. If you have 70% marks in your degree, then you can apply for Master of Management by coursework 180 credit, which is 18 months. But answer is yes.
Great, thank you. So the next one that we have is 1 year work experience mandatory for Master of Management by coursework and Master of Management by coursework and thesis. Can fresh graduates qualify if they have the grades?
No,
They would not.
no.
Unfortunately, the fresh
So
graduates would
you
not be
you
able to
may
apply.
contact in immigration advisor. They may be able to give you some other options. There may be some other providers who will be able to give you admission, but we do need work experience because we feel the work experience is very important to study in New Zealand. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. So, with we reaching towards the end of our webinar, I'll just take one last question now.
I'll just
Um,
add on, Priyanka, if you just give me a sec. So definitely, like Mr. Paramdeep said, if you don't have work experience and you finished your last qualification and you even, immediately want to upskill, probably this program, you may not meet the entry requirement. There could be others. So if that is what you really want to do, again, like he said, do get in touch and we will then give you options for which you will meet the eligibility criteria. Yeah. Over to you, Priyanka.
Shall I answer
thank you.
quickly, Priyanka? I'm reading the question. So we have different specialization in information technology, like networking, cyber security, web designing, artificial intelligence. But normally we issue the offer letter is a standard one, Bachelor of Applied Information Technology. In second year, you start picking the papers of the specialization. And third year, you have around 300 hours of practical experience also in the area in which you want to do specialization. The offer letter will come straight away, Bachelor of Applied Information Technology. Is there any special percentage required in maths? We just wanted to make sure that you are comfortable in doing maths because again, as I mentioned, Neha, we don't want you to fail. So as long you can, maybe you write some sort of SOP or give us few lines by saying why you want to do this program and why you think you will be good in maths.
Thank you. So with this, Mr. Paramdeep Singh has been able to answer all the questions there. And with this, we are coming towards the end of our webinar. So thank you so much, speakers, for giving that information about these two courses. Not just this for the participants. In case if you need any other advice, you can definitely write to us. on an email address, which is contact@nzimmigration.info. So with this, we will be concluding our today's session.
Yes, last
So
question.
thank
Last
you,
question.
Ms.
Somebody has put. So standard entry requirement is 60% in civil engineering, mechanical engineering, BSc non-medical. But if you have 55% and above, you need to write a very strong statement of purpose why we should consider you to give admission, and how will you make sure that you are successful in this program. If you write that and if faculty is convinced, you will get the admission. A lot of people have got admission, but make sure again, maths is good. Maths should be your one of the strength.
So with this, maths has to be your biggest strength for graduate diploma in highway engineering. And so with this, now we would say goodbye to our speakers, and we will meet to our participants again with our next webinar. For our next webinar. So thank you, speakers, Mr. Paramdeep Singh and Mr. Vandana Rai, for giving us this very informative session today. And thank you, Tanuva, for answering the questions for answering a lot of questions while sitting over there. So yes, thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Goodbye.